Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Sunday, October 22nd, 2002. Lance Brock here, everyone. Last night was Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory. New episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic available now. Talking about BFG. Talking about AEW Saturday Collision. Talking about AEW Battle of the Belts 8. That is available now. Spreaker or wherever else you listen to podcasts at. But right here, right now, on this Sunday episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling fans, going to be talking about the huge announcement that came out last night at the end of the Bound for Glory pay-per-view. And that is January 13th, 2024. Apparently, Impact Wrestling will be no longer. January 13th, 2024. The Hard to Kill pay-per-view. TNA Wrestling Total Non-Stop Action is back. At the end of Bound for Glory last night, we saw the video with a lot of the TNA originals. Frankie Kazarian, Eric Young, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Josh Alexander, not a TNA original, but someone who has talked about how he grew up watching TNA, wanting to be a part of TNA, and what it made it so special at the time. And we also saw Jordan Grace, Eddie Edwards, Alicia, and all I have to say is all weekend Impact was teasing a big surprise for Bound for Glory, and this definitely was not what I was expecting it to be. I never would have guessed in 2023 that we would see the return of TNA. I'm sure those dogs barking right there are definitely excited that TNA is coming back to the world of pro wrestling. And what does this mean to the world of pro wrestling? Will this, do you think, help them as a company get more known, more notice if the name TNA is back? Do you think this could help them be a strong number 3 promotion here in the United States under AEW and WWE? So I'm guessing that the weekly show will go back to being TNA Impact before Anthem bought it and just changed it to Impact Wrestling. And one thing you gotta wonder is, one of the first questions I had when I heard this big news was that, are they going to keep the 4-sided ring? Or are they going to possibly go back to the 6-sided ring, when at the time is when TNA, I'm sure a lot of people would say, were at its hottest. 2005, 2006, you had guys like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Jay Lethal, the Motor City Machine Guns. And you had veterans like Kurt Angle, Sting, Christian Cage, Jeff Jarrett in there. having matches with a lot of the TNA homegrown talent, which was before that, around 2010 time, 2011, when they would just bring in a guy from WWE, and just because he was in WWE, they would push him over the homegrown TNA talent. Hopefully, with the new Impact Wrestling management, Scott D'Amore running the company, that will not happen this time around. And honestly, no matter what it's called, whether it's called TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, I just want the company to succeed, because every wrestling promotion in the world succeeding is what's best for pro wrestling. And that is what we as pro wrestling fans should want. I know sometimes I may talk more about AEW, Impact Wrestling, and more than other promotions, but I love all pro wrestling, and there shouldn't be fans that are only WWE fans, only AEW fans, or if you're going to be a pro wrestling fan, I think you should love all pro wrestling from all over the world, whether it is pro wrestling, lucha libre, prez, or whichever, wherever state, wherever city, wherever country. And that's how I am. I am a pro wrestling fan. I love pro wrestling, and always will love pro wrestling, no matter the promotion, no matter, and even if, as silly as this might sound, even if I think it's a show that's not that good, I'm gonna watch it anyway, just because it is pro wrestling. The one thing I probably love most in this world, and I'm gonna watch no matter what, just like every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even Tuesday for NXT, and now Saturday and Sundays for premium live events and pay-per-views. That is what almost the biggest part of my life, pro wrestling. And it pretty much has been just about my whole life. And I'm sure it always will be for the rest of my life. So I am definitely excited to see the return of TNA. But let me know in the comment section what you think about TNA coming back. Are you happy about it? Are you upset? Or are you in the middle? Let me know in the comment section, either right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or wherever you listen to your podcast. If they have a comment section, let me know your thoughts on the return of TNA coming January 13th, 2023, 2 days after my birthday. And there is now a new TNA logo shirt with "We're Back" on it, now available at shopimpact.com. Maybe I'll pick that up. So that is all for this Sunday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Had a great Bound for Glory pay-per-view last night. Hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did. Remember, if you missed unfortunately, I didn't go live last night for 360 Wrestling Fanatic. But I did do the podcast. So if you can, go check that out. If you don't mind. And tonight, Sunday, so probably won't be on for 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hopefully after Raw tomorrow night. But I will be back tomorrow morning for the Monday episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Until I talk to everyone tomorrow morning, have a great pro wrestling day.